Good evening, our dear students, and a hearty welcome to day 3 of our week-long orientation program. Yesterday, we were here, and our resource persons took you through the various support services that are available to our students. They talked about why or how you can change a name, change a center, deferment issues, resumption, transit, counseling services. We also talked about financial issues and the various financial opportunities that are available to you. We have been monitoring the platform. We are still seeing your comments, most of which we have responded, but we are still getting more. We will harvest them, and we'll continue to respond to them in the course of the orientation exercise. At the end of the day, management will also sit and look at those that we have not responded to and will take appropriate action. We believe that this orientation is going down well with you because we are providing you with the right information you need to succeed as students. And so day 3, we welcome you again. And this time around, we're going to walk you through records management related issues. As student, you need to know who is managing your records and how we are managing it. Examination issues will also come up. We're supposed to have had some engagement with our student leaders, DESAC executives. They are not here today. We will arrange for them to engage with you in the days coming. And so without wasting much time, I will invite the head of our student records management section, Mr. Divine Selom Wemeda, to come and lead the presentation for today. Thank you.
Good evening to you all, students. My name is Divine. I want to add my voice to the many voices that have already welcomed you to, also welcome you to the best university in the sub-region, University of Cape Coast. This evening, as Registrar said, we are going to talk about issues related to registration of courses and then record management. So this is the outline of my presentation for today. We are going to talk about how you can go about registering your courses. We'll also talk about something we call progression, how you can move from one level to the other, and the things that are required for you to meet before you can do so. We will look at the mode of assessment in the University of Cape Coast. And then we will do, I'll walk you through how you can compute your GPA for the semester, and then your CGPA for a particular level, or when you are through with, almost through with school. We'll look at degree designation, the various classes. And then we'll talk about issues about receipt and incomplete result issues. There are timelines that have been set for every program that a student is supposed to do. So we'll look at that one too, and then we'll talk about graduation-related issues. When you are done, you are through with your academic work, and you get to where you have to graduate. What are the requirements? We'll talk about it. So the main thing we want to talk about first is the registration issue. I believe yesterday the account people took you through some of the requirements or the things that you have to do so long as issues of finance is concerned. Now, it is required of every student to register his or her courses at the beginning of each semester. Now, before you do that, you would have to, first of all, pay the required amount of fees. Yesterday, our account people or our finance team told us that the minimum required fees that you are supposed to pay is pegged at 1,000 Ghana cedis. So I believe we've taken note of it. During registration too, we want to make the point that registration is set for a particular period of time. We do not register students forever. So we have the period that we open registration and then when we close it. So students are supposed to ensure that you check the registration deadline or the timelines and you go according to them. Failure to do so would mean that you would not be able to register. So at the beginning of the semester, as I said, you are required to do registration. And in our university, registration is a self-service, meaning that you will do the registration yourself. Nobody will do it for you. In order to do that, you would have to use the system that we call our student portal. You would log into the portal and I'll walk you through how you would do registration. I've spoken about the fees requirement already. The B says that first students will, upon receipt of fees, have their registration numbers and passwords sent to them electronically. I want to believe that by now, at least, a majority of us would have received our registration numbers and passwords already. For those of you who have not received them, our channels are active. When we are done, we would put some numbers there for you and an email so that in case you've not received your registration number, you can get in touch with us. We will do so for you. Then there is a portion on the portal where you are allowed to search for the registration number. I will take you through that as well. So once you've paid your fees, you would receive an SMS which will contain your registration number that is unique to you. And then you will receive a password and then a student portal address or the link which you would use to register. Students who fail to register by the close of the registration period will not receive any grade. In University of Cape Coast, if you fail to register as a student, it means that technically you are not a student. We count our students based on registration. So failure to do so for an academic year or a semester means that you are unfortunately not a student. So I'm stressing on it that you make sure that once the portal is open, you honorably do the needful and register within the specified period. How do we go about with the registration? I'll just walk you through this fast because we'll do demonstration. So you just visit your portal, you log in with the index number and password that you've been given. We normally call it a registration number. Then you walk through the process. You click on course registration, you select your major, then you go through. I will show you how to do all of that in a jiffy. There is what we call adding and dropping of courses. This normally applies to the regular student, but I want to believe that there are instances where distance students would also be required to do addition and dropping of courses. When you are registering, there are courses that we refer to as compulsory courses. Those courses will normally appear in blue. Those courses are departmental required courses, which means that you, the student, do not have any control over them. But there are other courses too that we refer to as optional courses, which you may add to the courses that are compulsory. So during this period, during adding and dropping period, we give students the chance. If you add a course and within the period you think that you may not be able to do that course, you are allowed to drop them. But we do them within the period of the registration. Once the registration is over, you will not be able to add or drop any other course. Again, I want to stress that the adding and dropping is in line with non-compulsory courses. There is also what we refer to as auditing of courses. It says to audit a course, the student must obtain the consent of the lecturer and approval from his or head of department. Let's take it that I'm doing information technology, BSc, but I've seen a course being done at the accounting department, and I'm interested in that course. I want to take it. University allows you to cross carpet, to move to some other department and pick a course and do it. That is what we refer to as auditing a course. So the rule on that is that, first of all, you would have to seek permission. In your case, you would have to write to your head of department that I am doing this particular program. I have seen this course, which may not really be related to my program, but I'm interested in doing it. Once they give you the go-ahead, what they will do is that they will mount the course. Mounting it means that they are making it available for you. It would appear in your portal. Then you would add it to the courses that you are supposed to do. When you audit a course, you are not required to write end of semester, but you are required to attend lectures for that course. You take your quizzes and all other things that are related to CA, but you are not required to write exams. In case you want to write exam, you would have to get the express permission of, in this case, your head of department. Only one course may be audited per semester, okay? So you are not allowed to audit more than one course. You can just pick only one course and audit. When you audit the course, it would appear on your statement of result. Whoever picks your transcript will be able to know that you have read this particular course before. I want to switch over now and demonstrate to you how you can do the registration of courses. Let us open our eyes and all our senses and listen to them very carefully, because this is something that you have to be doing each and every semester. So please take note as we go along. If you have questions, you table them at the appropriate place. So how do we register for a course? You have to go to your student portal. What is the link for the student portal? You go to your favorite browser, you type portal.ucc.edu.gh, as I have done in my browser. It is very simple, portal.ucc.edu.gh. Once you enter the address, you will see this interface. So you will enter your registration number that has been given to you. So kindly note that in typing your registration number, the slashes there are / and not /. So BJHSE, it means that this person is doing Bachelor of Education, JHS Education. AS means that the person is in the Ashanti region. Then we have a code for your center, your study center. Then 25 is the year in which you were admitted. So it is possible somebody may have this same index number, but the year will be 24. So let's take note of it. When we are writing exams, how we quote our index numbers, let's make sure that we quote it appropriately. Then you enter the password that you have been given. It's supposed to be secret. Then you log in. Thank you very much for your patience. So you enter your index number and password, and it brings you here. So this is your student portal. There are a lot of services that you can enjoy or use in the student portal. So we have service information, which gives us any notification that is around. So I would want to urge all of you that once a while, when you go to your portal, check the notices that are here. Some may be of interest to you. We have personal details. I want to encourage all students that before you begin your registration, once you log into your portal, come to your personal details and come and update your records over here, especially your phone number, okay? So make sure that you come here and come and update all your details over here. When you are done, you click on save, because we may need these details about you anytime. We also have Confirmed Study Center here, which you can come and then confirm the center that you belong to. We have off-center registration. This is usable when you would, or you are required to go on off campus. I want to believe that we have been given some information about off campus. If not, you will surely receive that information. We also have receipt registration, which we'll talk about. Statements of results, we'll come to that. But now I want to go to registration. So like I said, at the beginning of each semester, you are required to register. So once you log into the portal, you come to registration, you click on it. It gives you some information. So as you can see, registration period, it is open from December 15th, 2025 to January 31st, 2026. So all students are supposed to register by close of day, January 31, 2026. Failure to do so, like I said, per the university policy means that you are not a student. This person has gone ahead to register already. So the person's status is showing as registered. There is this guide here for you to read. So when you are free, you go through and then read and understand all the details that we have for you. How do we do the registration? You go to registration, this button. You click on it. Then it brings you here, where you are supposed to select your major. Every student is supposed to select a major. If you don't know what your major is, kindly contact your department registration officer or your head of department. Their numbers will be made available for you if they've not yet been made available. So you select a major. So you can see that this person has a lot of majors available. It doesn't mean that he or she is supposed to do all of these. There is a particular one that is applicable to her. So her major is home economics. You select, and then you click on submit. Then you click on OK. Then it brings you here, where it again gives you details about you. I want to chip in this, that please check your names, the spellings of your names, and be sure that they are correct in the portal. We don't want the situation whereby you finish school and at the time that you are supposed to graduate, then you would tell us that your names are wrong. So kindly check the spellings of your names and get them corrected through the appropriate channel as early as possible. So your details are here, your program. This person's major is showing because she has already registered. So she's a good student, actually. So you have a list of courses you are supposed to register for the semester. If you are not sure about any of them, kindly contact your department registration officer. So we have the course codes, the course title, the credit hours. I'll be talking about it. Quota is not applicable to you. Then the action. The action over here, when you see this green button, it means that, when you see this green check, it means that you have duly registered the courses that we are seeing on the screen. We have minimum credit and maximum credit. It means that this is the minimum the person can do, and this is the maximum. I think the maximum would have to be set to 25. Then you see your total credit hours for the semester. That is the total of these ones. The credit hours means that within a week, yours is weekend. So on a particular weekend, the contact hours that you are supposed to have with your tutors or your lecturers is 3. So sometimes it can be 2 and 1. They can divide it into 2 and 1, or you can just sit at a go and you do all the 3 for that course, and you are cool to go. So that is the meaning of the credit hours. So in UCC, we have 0 credit hours, we have 1, we have 2, and so on and so forth, based on the course. As you can see, this one is 2 credit hours. So it means that within a week, the student is supposed to meet the lecturers or the tutors for 2 hours. If you are done with the registration, you would click here to see the courses you are registered for. Because this person has registered the courses already, that is why we can't see the registration button. But assuming she has not done that, you will see the button which indicates that click here to register compulsory courses. Okay, so I've decided to change this person's major for now. This is for demonstration purposes. So here is it. So when those of you who have not yet registered, when you log in, this is how you see the courses. So you see course code, course title, credit, then you don't see anything here. So the button is here. It says click to register compulsory courses and continue. Okay, so when you see this, it doesn't mean you are registered. You have to click on this button. So once you click on it, you can see that there is this check against each of the courses. It means that all those courses have been registered. When you are done, you click on View and Print Registered Courses, and you will see this nice form. You click over here. It gives you the form. What are you supposed to do with this form? You can print and keep on your file. But I will always advise students that save this as PDF and attach it to your mail. This is an evidence of your registration. So if you are registered and you are being challenged that you have not registered and it asks you what is your evidence that you are registered, this is what you have to show. There are times that these documents will be demanded or required when you are filling some forms for traveling and all other things. So kindly take note of it and do it accordingly. So I'm going back to register the person for the correct course. So her major was JHS Education and Home Economics. So I select it, I click on Submit. And we have duly registered her for the semester. So that is how we do registration. If you have any question, you put it in the required place, we would attend to them. Now, when you are done with registration, you go through academic work, you write your quizzes, you write your exams, and all of that. Now, before you write your exams, there is a service in your portal which makes it possible for you to see your examination timetable. Some time back, we used to print and send to the study centers, but now we do not do so. When we are done with the exam timetable, we'll put them in your student portal. Once you get the notice, log into your portal, you come to exams or quiz timetable, you click on it. You are given instructions about examination. Very soon, the next person would come in and give you more details about examination issues. So you click here to view your exams timetable. Because we do not have any exam scheduled for you, you wouldn't see anything. But when there is exam scheduled for you or there is an upcoming examination, you see all the courses you are supposed to do here. Then we have type of assessments, whether it is quiz 1 or quiz 2 or end of semester, you see it. You see the date and the time. When you come here, when you are told that examination timetable is out and you come here and you do not see any course appearing, there is a higher probability that you did not register your courses for the semester. So please take note. And then the second thing too is that the exam timetable is also a self-service that we are giving to you. So each student is supposed to go there and go and check his or her exam timetable. So you are not supposed to rely on what your friends tell you. Your friends will go and check their exam timetable, then come and paste in your group platforms for you to view. No. Make sure you go there and go and check. If there is any course that is not showing on your timetable, kindly report it to the numbers that have been provided over there. They will attend to you. So someone may ask, what if I forget my portal password? How do I access it? Now, there are two ways through which you can reset your password. So you will be able to access the portal by resetting the password. There are two ways through which you can reset it. The first one is instances where you know the password yourself, okay? But because maybe it has been compromised, so you want to change it. When we give you your registration numbers and your passwords, we send them to you individually. We require that you will change them to what you want to use. Okay, so how do you do that? You come to reset password, then you click on old password. The old password is the one you know already. So you enter it, you enter your new password that you want to use, you repeat it again, and you click on update password, and it would update for you. Again, I'm saying over here that you use this option in instances where you know the password, but you want to reset it to a new one. Assuming you do not know it, then you have to go to the login page. There is a reset password link over there. You can reset it there. When you click on it, the system will ask you for some information or some details. You provide them, and you will be sent, or will send you an SMS with a code which you can use to reset your password. We also make available IC timetable. We'll talk about IC. If you have to go and write an IC, we make the timetable available in your portal as well. So you check the date and time, and you go and write. Failure to check the date and time to write the paper, when you fail to do so, that is nobody's fault, okay? So make sure you always visit your portal to do all of these things. We'll also talk about IC, but since we are in the portal, I want us to look at it. Sometimes students will say that they have an IC. When they are reporting, they wouldn't give us the required information that we need, okay? So in case your results are published in your portal and you see an IC, before you report to us, make sure you come to your portal and click on this link, check IC status. When you click on it, because this person doesn't have any assessment, there is nothing here. But assuming you have written and you have an IC, you will see the details over here. If it is because you have missed quiz 1 or quiz 2 or exam, it will tell you that maybe the result has not been captured. Then you can follow up and then report to us, and we will attend to your issue. So that is it for our student portal. So what I will say over here is that for the 4 years, 3 years, 2 years that you would be with us, you are required to always come and check your student portal and see what is happening. If it has to do with result, it has to do with registration, any new information that is available, exam timetable, receipt timetable, and all of those things. You are required to always visit your portal. So make it a habit. Add it to your itinerary for the week or for the day. I think I've spoken about the credit weightings. Each course in the university has a credit that is attached to it. We have a course numbering system. We decided to bring this because you will be reporting to us about issues related to your courses. And so in University of Cape Coast, we have a structure for our courses. We have a course numbering system. Okay, so it is a 3-digit number, such as 321. So we normally have the 3-letter word. It can be EBS, NIF, INF, whatever. Then it follows with a 3-digit number. In the case of distance students, we normally add a D to it. So we have EBS 321, which is a regular course. But if you are doing a distance program, you would see a D attached to it. So in your portal, if you see any course code which has EBS 42 something and it doesn't have a D, it should raise some form of suspense for you. So you should follow up and find out from your department registration officers. Now, we have each of the courses at a particular level. So if you have any course in level 100, it would normally be something like EBS 10 something. If it is 200, it would be EBS or INF or CSC 20 something, okay? 300 will be 3. So INF 302, then level 400 accordingly. So let's take note of these little things. I also want to put across that it is possible that you can be in level 300, but you can be required to do a level 200 course. So if you're in level 300 and you see that they have mounted any course which has the code, let's say EBS 20 something, it may be that that course is a required course that you're supposed to do. If you're not so sure, kindly find out from your department registration officer. When you have done registration, now all of you are in level 100. Sorry, not all of you. Some are starting from level 200 and 300 and so forth. Okay. Now, when you are done with continuous assessment, you write exams. You will not stay at a particular level forever. You are supposed to move from one level to the other. In the university, there are rules that govern how you move from one level to the other. So we are supposed to know. So they serve as guiding principles for us. So progressing from level 100 to 200, for those of you who are in level 100 currently, what are the requirements? We are saying that the student is expected to, first of all, pass all the courses that he or she has taken. Okay? So you are supposed to have a minimum of grade D for a particular or for all the courses. If you get E, we give you the chance for you to reset, and then you continue, right? Then the second thing too is that you should have obtained a minimum CGPA of 1.0. So if at the end of the level 100, your CGPA is 0.85, it means that you cannot progress. Okay? But like I have said, if you fail the courses, we would give you the chance, or university gives you the chance for you to take the receipt or for you to sit for the courses again and, pass them. Then we will apply the rule. So the minimum CGPA is 1.0. So let's take note of it. All of these things are in your student handbook. I believe they will be made available for you. The soft copies too would be in your student portal. I will put it there for you to go through and know what is required of you as a student. There are instances where university may withdraw or dismiss you. What would necessitate such a thing? It says that a level 100 student who loses a total of 13 credits or more registered for the academic year, either in first or second or both, shall be withdrawn out for poor academic performance. Okay? So if you are in level 100 and you fail a number of courses, and when we add the credit hours that are attached to the courses, and they are 13 or more, university will withdraw you. I pray it doesn't happen to us. So let's make sure that we study our books seriously. So in doing the computation, we would pick courses in both semesters. Once we count the credit hours, or once the system counts the credit hours and it is more than, it's 13 or more, you may or you will be withdrawn. So let's take note of it. Before that, we would have given you the chance for you to write your receipts, like I said. Progression from level 200 upwards. What are the requirements? You should have, again, attained a minimum of 1.0. Okay, so for those of you in 200 going to 300 and all that, the minimum CGPA you are supposed to get is 1.0. So if you don't attain it, university will write to you. But the good thing is that if along the line you are withdrawn, you are given the opportunity for you to apply, to reapply to the program that you will meet the requirement. Okay, so that is, if you receive that letter, that's not the end of life. We'll give you the chance for you to reapply to the university again if you so wish. Mode of assessment. What constitutes a grade? So the university operates a combination of continuous assessment and end of semester. So in UCC, before you get a grade, there are two main things that go into the grade. We have the continuous assessment, which is the CA, and then the end of semester. Continuous assessment takes 40%, and end of semester is 60%. Okay. Now, in the College of Distance Education, for the continuous assessment, it used to be 2 quizzes, quiz 1 and quiz 2. But now there has been a little twist where you do quiz 1 for the first CA, and then the second CA, you will do presentation. I'm sure you've been told already. If you have not been told, the appropriate officers will come and tell you what goes into the presentation, group presentation. Once you do it, you earn scores. Quiz 1 is mostly face-to-face, and then the presentation is also face-to-face. End of semester is 60. Okay, 60%. And then it's also face-to-face. So let's take note of them. What constitutes a grade? So before you can get a grade, you should have written quiz 1, quiz 2, or presentation, and then the end of semester. Now, if you miss any of these components, whether quiz 1 or quiz 2, or quiz 1 or presentation or examination, if you miss any of these components, you would get what we refer as an IC, or an incomplete result. Okay, so when the results are published, you see it in your portal, IC. It means that a component is missing. So what do you do in that case? You go to the check IC status and check whatever component is missing. What are some of the reasons that may cause the IC to occur? The first thing is failure to write an exam or quiz or presentation, as I've said. Your inability to take part in teaching practice can also lead to you having an IC. When you involve yourself in any examination or practice, our next speaker will talk about that. You can also get an IC for that. Improper transfer and transit. Yesterday, they told you about transfer and transit. Then improper deferment. You have been told how to go about all of these things. So please kindly make sure you follow it to the letter so that you don't have any challenge. Wrong registration of courses can lead to an IC. So each semester, make sure you know the courses you are supposed to do and register them accordingly. If you see any course you are not required to do, please file a complaint and we will look into it and delete it for you if you have a case. So these are some of the reasons that may lead to IC. What goes into our grading system in the college and the university for that matter? We have the marks that you have to earn, and each of the marks go with a particular grade, and then each grade goes with a grade point. So our letter grade, or the grades that we have in UCC, is from A to E. We don't have anything beyond that. Okay, for other undergraduate students, we don't have anything beyond that. So once you get an E, it means that you have failed. E is below 50. So let's take note of the marks. 100 to 80 to 100 is A, 75 to 79 B plus, 70 to 74 in that manner. And I want to stress on this one. So each grade you obtain goes with a particular grade point. Okay, so A is 4.0, B is 3.5, B plus 3.5, and it goes in that order. We use these to compute your CGPA, okay, or your grade point average. So let's take note of them. You will see them in your portal. Now, how do we compute your grade point average? In University of Cape Coast, we use a grade point average. That is what translates into your class when you are done with school, first class, second class, and all of that. Okay, so we use the grade point average. How do we calculate that? Please, let's follow this very well. I've made mention of the fact that for each semester you register courses. So when you register courses, you see them here. So we have the course codes, the course description or the course title. We also said that each course has a credit point attached to it or a credit weight or weighting, okay? So some will be 1 or 2 or 3. If it is an audited course, the weight or the point is 0. And then we have the grade that you obtain for a particular course. And I just made mention that each grade goes with a particular grade point. So if you get B, it is 3. If you get B plus, it is 3.5. If you get A goes with 4. So this one, we looked at earlier on, okay? So each of them have a grade point. So in computing for a particular semester, you will have what we refer to as a grade point. So after semester 1, when all your results are released, you will have a grade point, okay, or a GPA for that particular semester. Then when you are done with school, you will have the cumulative grade point average, okay? So in computing your grade point for the semester, you would multiply the credit hour for each of the course with the grade point. So you had B for this course. So it is 3, which is the credit hours, times the grade point, which is 3. Then you get 9. This course, the person had an A. The credit that goes with A is 3. And the grade point is 4. So 3 times 4 will give us 12. When you get C, so there is a mistake here actually. So 3 is 2.0, okay? So 2.0, so 3 times 2, this should give us, how do you call it, 6, okay? So you will do that. When you are done, in order for you to calculate your grade point for that semester, you add all of these, all the grade points, and divide by the total credit hours. So that is it. Summation of your grade point, that's the CP, times this one, okay? The summation, which is 48, divided by the total credit hours for the semester, which is 15. So assuming you did all of this calculation and you got, let's say, 52, and then the total credit hours for the semester is, let's say, 18. How do you calculate your CGPA? It will be 52 divided by 18, and it will give you your GPA for the semester. So when we did this particular one, we got 3.2. So that is how you calculate your GPA for a particular semester. I want to believe that we have understood it. Okay, so in a nutshell, credit hour times the grade point, credit hour times the grade point for the course. When you are done, you add all of these and you divide by the total credit hours, and it will give you your GPA for that particular semester, not for the year. So let's look at this particular student's own. Semester 1. These are the courses he did. These are the grade, the grades, the credit hours. Then 12 means that we said A is 4, so 4 times 3 will give us 12. Another 4 here times 3 will give us 12. B plus is 3.5. So 3.5 times 3 will give us 10.5. This one too, 12. Another 3.5 times 3 will give us 10.5. So the summation of all of this, which is 69, and then the summation, CR means credit hours. So the summation of the grade point divided by the total credits will give you your GPA for the semester. So this one is for the semester. When you're in your first year, the first semester, your GPA and your CGPA will be the same. Now, second semester, now you are getting what we will refer to as a CGPA. That's a cumulative grade point average. So it's accumulating, or we are summing up, okay? So for this semester, the person had a GPA of 3.4. We have already done how we do the calculation already. So the semester CGPA is 3.4. Then what is his GPA at the end of this particular year? What is the CGPA? How do we calculate that? It is the total of the grade points divided by the total credit. So 69 plus 68, all divided by 18 plus 20 will give you your CGPA for that semester. I believe you are getting it. Okay. So assuming you have done 3 semesters, or let's say 4 semesters, each of the semesters you will have a GPA. But if you want to know where you stand at the end of the last semester, you add all the grade points, all of these ones, divided by the summation or the total of all the credit hours, and that will give you your CGPA for the semester. So when you have done all your, for those of you who are doing 8 semesters, when you are done and you want to calculate your CGPA, all you need to do is to add all the grade points. You write it down. Then you add all the credit hours. You put it down. So you divide the total grade points that you have earned from level 100 first semester to level 400 second semester. You divide it by the total credit hours from level 100 to level 400 semester. Then you get your CGPA, which translates into your class. I've taken my time to explain this because sometimes people have their own way of doing it, okay? But this is the UCC way. If you want to know your CGPA for a particular semester, you don't add 2 GPAs and divide. Sometimes students will add this plus this and divide by 2. When you do that, you get an inflated thing. That is not what we use, okay? So please, I hope you've taken note of it. Degree designation. So your CGPA translates into a class. So in UCC, we have these classes: first class, second upper, second lower. We have third class and then upper. So these are the ranges. If you get anything between 3.6 to 4.0, you have a first class. Second class upper is 3.0 to 3.5. Lower is 2.5 to 2.9. Third class 2.0 to 2.4. And pass is 1.0 to 1.9. So we are supposed to know this and let them guide us as we go along our studies. Note, students who obtain a CGPA that is less than 0 will not graduate. In UCC, the minimum CGPA that you are supposed to obtain in order for you to graduate is 1.0. So in case you get anything beyond that, you will not be able to graduate. So let's take note of it. Rest registration. So we don't pray that we should fail. But since we are all students of life, once in a while we have to falter, and then in terms of failing, and then we do remedials, okay? So in case you trail a course, you would have to take the course again. How do you go about that, okay? So you would have to, first of all, register the course. Then, like I told you, you check the receipt timetable in your portal. Then if it is time, you go and write the paper. Receipt papers are written in the semester student field. So assuming you failed in first semester, you are supposed to do that receipt or take that paper in the first semester. So in level 100, first semester, you throw the course. You are supposed to write the receipt in the next first semester. If you hear that they are writing receipt in second semester, please don't go there, okay? So if you failed in first semester, you write the receipt in the subsequent first semester. If you failed in second semester, you do the same thing. How do we go about the receipt registration? So first of all, you check your statement of result and confirm that indeed you have the grade D. When you are confirmed that is a reality, you go to Ghana, it's now GCB Bank. You go to GCB Bank, you purchase a receipt voucher. Each receipt voucher goes with a serial number and a PIN. When they give it to you, you check. Now, each receipt voucher is for a particular course. So assuming you fill 5 courses, it means you would have to buy 5 receipt voucher, each one with its own unique PIN and serial number. Once you are done with that, and we open the receipt registration link, you go to your portal, you click on the code receipt link, then you would see the courses that you are trailing. You select the courses that you wish to register. For each of the courses, you enter the serial number and PIN. So assuming you have filled 5 courses and you want to take all the 5 courses, for each of them, you enter a particular serial number and PIN, then you register accordingly. The registration is just similar to the registration of the main courses that I spoke about. I earlier on mentioned incomplete when you have missed a component of your assessment. Okay, you have missed quiz 1 or quiz 2. Okay, so incomplete occurs when any of the components that constitute the final is missing. Students are expected to write the missing component as IC at the right semester in situations where they fail to sit for the receipt course. So when you see an IC, it may be a genuine IC, genuine in the sense that maybe you failed to write a quiz or did a presentation or exams, okay? So in that case, you would have to retake that particular component that you missed. But there are instances that you are sure that you've written those quizzes, you have taken the exam, you have done the presentation, but when you check your portal, when you release the result, you did not have the grade, you had an IC. So in such instances, kindly report to us. Okay, you can write through your coordinator to us. You will check our records and update your result accordingly. But in an instance where the issue is coming from you, maybe you failed to write a quiz or exams or whatever, you are supposed to register. First of all, check and know the component that is missing. You register at the appropriate time and you take that component that you did not do. When you are giving us information or you are reporting about IC issues, we at the Student Records Management section need some details about you. So if you are filling the form, you would have to provide us with these details: your registration number and your name, the course code that you have an IC in, and the course title. Then you state the academic year and the semester as has been stated there. Okay, so 2024-25 semester 2. Then you state your study center. Okay, so you fill a form or you can write through your coordinator. It would get to us and we'll resolve it for you. Our numbers too are available. I will make our emails available to you to also reach us. Time limit for programs. In the University of Cape Coast, you don't stay on a particular program forever. Okay, so all the details are there. Okay, so each program has a limit. So let's take note of them. You can't do a particular program forever, like I said. Graduation. Before you graduate, there are some requirements that you are supposed to meet before you can graduate and take your certificate accordingly. You should pass all the courses that you registered, whether compulsory or departmental courses. You should have accumulated a minimum number of credits. The 120 there is normally for those who do 4 years. But based on the number of years you are doing, okay, some are starting from level 200, so they have the required credit they are supposed to do. These things are in your portal, okay, when you check your statement of results. So you must meet the minimum. And then you should attain a minimum of 1.0 CGPA. I've made mention of it. You should have settled all your financial obligations to the investee. Failure to do so, you wouldn't be able to graduate. And then you should be in good standing. You shouldn't find yourself entangled in any disciplinary issue. Okay? So make sure you clear yourself in that regard. Then how do you reach us, finally? These are numbers. So the students' records management unit or section, these are numbers. You can always call us, or you can always send an email to us. And then you can also write to us through your coordinators. And then when our officers come to the field and you have issues, you can also talk to them and they will assist you. They will happily assist you. Thank you very much. This ends my presentation. You will kindly put your answers. The registrar would address them, and we are also around to address them. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Divine, for that wonderful presentation. So as he said, he's ready, he's on standby to take some of the concerns that you have regarding registration. We are still harvesting the questions that you are bringing up, and we'll respond to them. So one of you, your concern is that you obtain an HND in accounting, and you apply HND in accounting, you apply to do a top-up in procurement and supply chain. But on the admission letter, you've been put to level 200, and you're asking why. So the two are different disciplines. HND accounting and procurement and supply chain are two different disciplines. If you had applied to come and do accounting, 2 years was all that you would have required to complete the program. But you are switching, or you are moving out from your discipline, earlier discipline, the accounting, into procurement and supply chain. At this stage, you do not have the requisite content in procurement. And so to do it for 2 years, that will not qualify you to graduate. And that is why you have been admitted to level 200, so that you can have more time and take the program. How can I register my courses? The presentation just gone by, we have them. We'll let you see the demonstration the man did. We shall share them with you, so in your spare time, you go through the demonstration, and then you'll be able to register your course. Does receipt affect my CGPA? Yes, it does. It does. The more you take receipts, your CGPA will be reducing. I believe the man who did the registration talked about it in person. So when you are doing more receipt, it means that you are accumulating more credit load, hours. And when your results are divided by the credit hours that you are accumulating, it will bring your CGPA down. So please take note. Bachelor of Education Science, I can't register my courses as there's always a blank. Well, maybe internet issues. The registration portal is open up to the end of this month, 31st. That's a long period for you to be able to register. You asked about the minimum payment, and then the is it the duration? When is the fee to be paid? Hopefully, before the last week of this month, you should have paid and registered. So those of you who are asking, when is the deadline for the payment of fees? We have also established here that we have given you a minimum fee to pay to be able to register. But that doesn't stop you from paying all your fee if you have the means. You can pay at a go all the fee required of you as communicated to you on your admission or in your admission letter. You can pay everything and then you are free. A lot more are asking for change of programs, and we have said it repeatedly over here that programs are not just given to students. You are given a program based on your previous academic experience. Before we admit you into a program, you have to satisfy a minimum requirement. So you should have 3 elective courses, including English and core mathematics, and then 3 electives, the 3 core and then 3 electives. The 3 electives should be in a related area. And so those of you who are just maybe following your friends, my friend is reading a program, I'm interested in that program, even when you don't qualify for that program, so you want to change into that program. Please, that is not what we do. We want you to read your admission letter carefully. Read it and understand all the information that we have provided in your admission letter. Is the registration supposed to be once? Please, is the registration supposed to be once? Or you will register? Well, registration cannot be once. You register every semester, as you have been told. How are we going to see the required courses to do every semester? The courses are mounted, so when you go into the registration portal, they are there, and then you get the minimum or the maximum that is required of you. How do we contact the necessary department to confirm or to confirm our certified major? Why do you want to? Why do you want to contact the department? The courses have been mounted for you. Please, the courses have been mounted for you. In any case, from tomorrow when your department engage you, they will also speak more on this. I'm trying to read some of the comments, so pardon me. Please, I have followed the procedures shown, but the response I get is, sorry, there are no courses. Well, the courses have been mounted, so you should, sorry? I believe you have paid your fee. The gentleman asking this question, I believe you have paid your fee. Now somebody is interested in change of names and date of birth. So again, as a university, we explained to you yesterday, when we are doing admissions, the document that we are interested in is your WASSE results. Those of you coming from the secondary schools, your WASSE results, or your previous academic records. Fortunately, on your WASSE results, maybe some of you are not aware, you have your date of birth on it. And so that is the date of birth that we recognize. It's not a new date of birth you have. Some of us, we have more than 4 date of births. We are okay with the date of birth you have on your WASSE results. And that is the date we know. And our policy says that is the date we will work with. Same as your name. The name that appears on your WASSE results or on your academic certificate. Please, let's respect this. Just as you cannot go to a bank to open an account with your WASSE results. I'm not sure a bank will ask you to go there with your WASSE results to open an account. we being an academic institution, we are also interested in what your previous learning experiences, and so your WASI results or academic certificate is what we require to admit you. And the name on that document should be the name that you bring into the university and you graduate with it. Somebody came to my office not long ago. He has a nickname. People know him so well with that name. And so he wants to add that name. Please, we don't entertain such requests. Please. Yes. So, but at times there are corrections. Correction is different from change. So let's say you are Sabina, or is it Sabina? Some spell it S-I-B-A-N or N-A. Others will add H. So sometimes there's a little, one letter that comes in addition to the name that you have used in your application. That name, that one can be corrected. And in correcting, it has to reflect what is on your WASI results or your academic certificate. That one we do. Asking for correction of name is not a request for change of name. Let's know the difference. How can, okay, this one I have responded. How can receipt affect my CGPA? How? It does. So yes, we'll continue to harvest the concerns you are raising. Those that have been responded to, we have dealt with them. Those yet to be taken care of, we will address them in the course of the presentation. And so we'll continue with the presentation. We take the second one, this time admission-related issues. To do the presentation, we have the head of our examination section, Ms. Abigail Osafo-Boatema. Abigail, please. Examination issues.
Yeah, that's fine. Good evening to our distinguished newly admitted students. My name is Abigail Boatema Osafo, Head of Examination Session, College of Distance Education. And I'll be taking you through the examination procedures, rules, and then regulations. You have already been introduced to our grading system, and we encourage you to aim at the A, B+, and B, so that at the end of the day, you will graduate with a very good class. First class, you need 3.6 to 4 as your CGPA. So just as it has been displayed, let's aim at the first, second, class, upper and lower division. We want to look at student assessment. Students are to take assessment in quiz 1, presentation, and then end of semester exams. So quiz 1 and presentation carries 20% each. And then the end of semester exams is 60%. What will qualify you to write an end of semester exams? You should have duly registered as a student. And also, you shouldn't absent yourself from any lectures or face-to-face for the required approved number of contact hours. Also, you should have completed the continuous assessment marks, that is for quiz and then presentation, before you can write end of semester exams. You should also not be involved in any suspension or rustication or any offensive behavior or examination malpractice. Also, you shouldn't owe any school fees. Otherwise, you'll not be able to take part in end of semester exams. You have already been informed about ICs, or incomplete assessment. This is as a result of not taking part in either quiz 1, end of semester, or presentation. Also, if you absent yourself or you are not able to do a transit properly or deferment or wrong registration, you can get an IC. So please, let's take notes. Registration of courses is to be done by each student. Nobody will do it for you. So make sure that you attend all lectures. You don't absent yourself from lectures. If you need to defer a course, you do it properly. And then you register the right courses to avoid any incomplete results. Resit examinations. Resit examination is whereby a student fails in a previous semester's examination. So there is a time to take resit, and it is stipulated on the academic calendar for College of Distance Education students. For instance, in this first semester, we are going to take the resit exams for second semester. We are in first semester, so the exams that was written last semester is second semester. So those who trailed in any paper during the second semester would have to register and then look out for the date for the resit exams and then join to write. Also, the marks for resit is marked over 60, and then the 60 is added to the continuous assessment for that particular course. Please take note that the more you sit for resit, it means that it's going to compute for your CGPA. So the more you write resit, the more your graduation class also reduces. So let's make sure that we follow all rules and then study well to pass our exams, because resit is not a good thing to experience. Also, please make sure that you resit all the trail papers in the right semester, as I indicated. It's on the academic calendar. So make sure that you don't miss the right time for you to take the paper. And also, students are not allowed to write end of semester examinations to rectify receipts. During end of semester examination, you cannot go and sit in and say that you trailed that paper and so you want to write. No, there's a time for receipt, so please look out for that. And also, you'd have to pay an appropriate fee per course and then register before you can write a receipt paper. During these times, the college registrar or management will put up a notice on the required fees, which account to pay the amount into, and then the centers that are opened or available for the receipt papers to be taken. We also have remarking, rectification, and then verification. So, if a student wants a paper to be remarked, then it means that he or she is not satisfied with the grade that the person had. So, what you have to do is to submit an application to the registrar not later than 21 days after the release of the said results, and then the student should also state the grounds on which the request is being made. Also note that no action will be taken if the application is submitted outside the stipulated 21-day period. Remarking shall not proceed unless the approved fee is fully paid. And then with rectification, after quiz papers have been distributed and you think that there are some questions that were marked wrongly, but you think that they are appropriate answers, you want to rectify the marks that was given. That is rectification. It also requires that it is brought in within a 21-day period after you receive the quiz papers. Application for verification for end of semester examination shall be submitted to the examinations head not later than 21 days after the release of the said results. So I talked about quiz. For quiz, we dispatch all quiz papers to centers through the center coordinators to be given to students. So if it is end of semester, that one is kept by the college. So if you want to rectify your end of semester script, then you have to do that also within 21 days after the release of the results. No action will be taken if this is submitted outside the stipulated 21-day period. Presently, application for verification is free of charge. And also note that third parties will not be allowed to request for verification on behalf of students. So if you need any verification, you do that yourself. And I already said that quiz papers are distributed to students through the study center coordinators at the end of every semester quiz 1 exams is written. And then for end of semester and then receipt exams, They are kept by the code main office for rectification and verification purposes. So students are accordingly being advised to keep their quiz papers very well, so that in case your portal tells you that you have an IC in quiz, you would have the proof to rectify the IC. I want to talk about enquiries. Students who want to make enquiries of verification or any form of update on ICs or receipt can go through that personally or through the study center coordinators or our regional administrators. And you do that by providing the following details. That is your registration number, the assessment type, whether it is quiz 1, receipt, or end of semester, or presentation. The academic year is also very important. The semester in which the paper was written, the study center, and then the contact number of the student. We also want to consider some examination offenses and penalties. The offenses during examination. We know that during exams, we are not to send phones or foreign materials that will aid people to pass the exams inappropriately. So you'd have to take note of these offenses. You don't have to send any foreign material aside your pen and then the idea in your head to the exams room. You don't have to send any material to the exams room. So let's look at the offenses. One is leakage of examination question. If you are caught to have leaked some examination questions, the penalty is that you are dismissed. And then, if you are caught in possession of unauthorized material relating to the examination and is likely to be used during the exams, the penalty is that the paper of the candidate will be cancelled. If you are found to be copying from prepared notes or from colleagues' scripts during the examination, you attract a penalty of the paper being cancelled, or you'll be rusticated for 2 semesters. Rustication means that you will not partake in any of the semester activities. You will not attend lectures. You will not write exams for 2 semesters, meaning 1 academic year. Another offense, looking over other candidates' shoulder in order to cheat. The penalty is that the candidate's paper is cancelled. Impersonation, going to write a paper for someone else, or someone writing the paper on your behalf. That one too, the penalty is dismissal or rustication of the candidate involved. The 6th offense, that is assisting or attempting to assist, obtaining or attempting to obtain assistance from a candidate. The penalty is cancellation of the candidate's paper and rustication for 2 semesters. Another offense, if you are caught consulting or trying to consult during the examination any book, you also have a cancellation of your paper, rustication for 2 semesters. An offense where there's persistently disturbing or causing any form of nuisance or to other students or distracting their attention, you'll be stopped from continuing the examination. The 9th offense, positioning scripts or answer booklets at a vantage point to enable a friend to cheat. The penalty is that the paper of the candidate will be cancelled and it will come with rustication for 2 semesters. 10th offense, verbal assault of invigilator. It also attracts cancellation of the candidate's paper plus rustication for 2 semesters. Exchanging question paper in the exams room will also attract a penalty of the candidate's paper being cancelled and rustication for 2 semesters. Where the offense is physical assault on invigilator, there is a penalty of dismissal of the offender. Where the penalty is talking to a candidate or other candidates during the exams, then the candidate's paper will be cancelled. Offense number 14, where a candidate is found challenging or struggling with chief invigilator, or assistant invigilator in the exams room, then the candidate will be dismissed and will not be allowed to continue with the exams. Craning or looking over one's shoulder in order to cheat. It also attracts cancellation of the candidate's paper and rustication for 2 semesters. Tampering with answer booklets in an attempt to cheat. It attracts cancellation of the candidate's paper. Destroying materials suspected as evidence. You are caught in the exams room, you found a foreign material on you, and you quickly destroy it. Maybe you chew it. The offense is that, the penalty is that the candidate's paper will be cancelled, rusticated for 2 semesters. Whereby a candidate is found writing after the exams has ended, then you lose 5 marks for the examination paper. So please, I know you have access to the student handbook, the academic policy as well. Please make sure that you go through the offenses and then the penalties again, and make sure that you don't repeat them in the exams. So thank you very much. I end my presentation here, and we will look at your questions and then answer them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Abigail. So that is examination-related issues. Back to the platform. So many questions have been asked. Elizabeth Ampa, I'm interested in what you are sending. I can count more than 50 of your messages. You are asking a very simple question. Is there a fee for registration? I can see your colleagues have even responded no, but you continue to send the same message repeatedly. Please, there is no fee attached to registration. Check the phone. Maybe it's coming, filtering through wrongly, because you are all over the place, Elizabeth. There are some who want to change their centers to online. This was dealt with when we started the orientation on Thursday last week. But for those of you who are still asking, the officer is here. He will come and explain how you can do this. We have with us one of our examination officers, he is coming to speak to issues related to admissions. Okay, admissions. Yes, admissions. So those of you who have HND, you wanted to come and do, no, admissions. Some of them are complaining on the platform. They did HND, they thought they could do 2 years post-dip, but they've been given 3 years. Why? So, Mr. Ernest Anti, please come and explain how admissions are done. Thank you.
Thank you, Registrar. Good evening. I want to start with the clarification of levels. Please, if you applied with HND in basic education, HND in accounting, and you want to switch to education, your level will change to 300. You don't, Registrar had already said that you don't have the background in that discipline. Those of you who have basic education, diploma in basic education, a lot of you are asking, I applied with basic education, and you applied with diploma in basic education, and you are moving to a secondary school course. The level is 300. You start with level 200, and you will do 3 years. What it means that you don't have the required discipline, the specific discipline that you are working with. Basic education is different from a secondary school course. If you did diploma in basic education, and you want to do top up, you'd have to do either JHS, priming, or early childhood. We don't have a degree in basic education again. It has been changed into broken down into three sub disciplines: early childhood, primary education, and JHS. So if you have a diploma and you want to do diploma in basic education and you want to do 2 years, you can do either early childhood, priming, or JHS. And the same applies with those with the foundations of education. But for example, if you have basic education and you want to move to B.Ed Arts or B.Ed Social Studies, these are secondary school courses. And for that matter, you do it for 3 years. Then I also want to talk about the change of name. Registrar talked about it, some adding nicknames. There are other people who are also applying with their certificate. It is, for example, Ernest Amponsa on their WASI certificate. But when they are applying, they add Kwame, their middle name, they add Ernest Kwame Amponsa. When we are doing admission, we'll still cross-check with your WASI and we'll change. We've had issues where people have had personal attacks with us. Exception is given to women who marry, the ladies, when they marry and their names are gazetted. Once we finish admission and you are enrolled, you can write to the registrar and your name will be changed. But for admission-related issues, when we are applying, we'll use what is on your certificate. Some of you have gone to change your names and other things on your Ghana card, but we are still insisting that we use what is on your certificate. If there's no Kwame in your certificate, don't add it when you're applying. When we see it, we'll remove it and limit it to exactly what is on your certificate. Then the change of program. It is related to the mountain of centers. The mountain of the centers. So on those of you on the platform, we delayed. We told you that we're going to change it in 3 weeks. We started today. So please, those of you who filled the Google form, please give us up to the close of this week. Latest Monday morning, we will send you SMS. We will send you SMS and give you your new index number. Then we will ask you to register again with your new index number. Those of you who have filled the Google form, we started today. So once we are done with all, we will send one bulk SMS. So latest by Monday, those who applied for change of program, you would have it. Then change of centers. Please, if you want to change from the face-to-face center to online, please go back to your portal. Go back to your portal and click on the online. As soon as you click on the online, it will change. We don't have another form for it. Just use your portal for it. The registrar have said the no fee for registration. Then submission. others also asked about when you are submitting your form. We don't need hard copies. Once you register, we see it in our system. So we don't need to print out and bring it to anybody again. So once you fill it, once you register online, we get it online. I hope I'm okay. Now I want to also clarify something. Those in Kaswa, you are seeing your registration number, the program with the SR. Please, SR is not Savannah region. Those in Kaswa, especially, you see your program. For example, if you are doing GHS, it will be BGHS/SR. SR does not mean it is Savannah region. We are just differentiating between Central UCC with the CR and Kaswa with SR. SR is not Savannah region, please. So I want to clarify those. That's one. And please, when we change the programs and you have your new index number, some will have CR. It means that we had difficulties with that, with the center, the region that you are, but it will still hold. You can use your new index number to write your exams in any of our centers. In any of our centers. If you are in BA and your friends are all with the program /BA and you alone, your own is CR, it is still valid. So don't get worried. But the CR, it is not, the SR, it is not Savannah region. It is Kaswa region. Okay, so if there are other issues, I would answer them as we go.
Thank you, Mr. Ernest from the admission corner. I tell you what, I have a friend on the platform. And I'm interested in this friend, Kofi Same. Your comments are well noted. You are asking already, how can I get past questions? Kofi Same, past questions. To see how questions are set to help me escape receipt. Kofi Same, I love that. You are my friend. So I will advise you to sit down and learn, so that you will avoid receipt in its entirety, all right? But as you start the program, yes, you come across the past questions. Kofi Same, thank you for your comment. Yes. So yes, continuing, we have one of our registration officers here, Dr. Beatrice Somwa. Yes, so Dr. Beatrice will come and explain some of the registration issues that we are still having. Dr. Beatrice, please come over.
Good evening, dear student, newly admitted student. You are welcome to UCC. We are all going to try to make sure that we have a smooth sail as far as our studies are concerned. With education courses, I'll speak mostly about education courses. We have mounted all the courses. So if you are doing English and social studies, whatever courses have been put there, if you read through well, you see that some of them are English, some of them are social studies. So you don't have any option of choosing another course as your electives. Everything there is both electives and then major, we call it major and minor. So the first subject is your major, and the second subject is your minor. What it means is that you are going to do more English courses than social studies courses. That is the only implication. But you do both courses till you finish school. All the courses there. It's only level 100, semester 2, where you'll be doing some Ghanaian language courses. That one, you will allow you to select the Ghanaian language course that you want to do. That is the only time you'll be asked to select something. But for the rest of the years that you spend here, every course you see in your portal during registration are both your major and your minor. You didn't select any electives again. When you are applying for the school, you already chose some courses that you want to do based on your background. So that is why registrar kept saying we hardly want to change programs. Because you chose it, the program that you chose was based on your background. So you don't come in and then begin to change. If you are registering and then nothing is showing up, it means maybe there's something wrong with your major. Something wrong with your major. The major you are using, like the person who is saying Bachelor of Education Science, maybe the major and minor that you are choosing or you have chosen when you applied is not part of the courses that we are running now. So that is why you are not seeing any courses popping up. So you need to get to the registration officer. I hope maybe the numbers will be shared from tomorrow so that you can contact the registration officers. If we're education students, please, our numbers are there, but it's better you use messages more than calls. You see, we are all here listening to you. So if you are calling around this time, most of us will not be able to answer your calls. So for us, education students, please, just send us a message with your registration number. Sometimes when you call, before you end the call, another person is calling. So I normally ask students, how do we answer calls? Because as soon as I put your call down, someone is also calling. So do I have to write your message or what do I may forget? So the best thing to do is to send me a message, and your message can be there. The whole year you can keep on sending the same message, and then we can always refer to the old messages and then correct them. If you have paid fees and you are not getting your registration number, I think you need to talk to accounts office so that you can have your registration number and password and register. We are going to work on your online links for your studies very soon. Maybe by the close of the week, you have your online links, especially those who are going to go online, so that you know which of the links you should join for which of the courses. And please don't shuttle in between the links, because you'll be doing quizzes and you'll be doing presentations. So you need to keep to one online link. You will have one link for people who want to join because their centers are far away. So you have links for particular groups, and you have a general one where those who want to join because their centers are far away can join. You will look at how the online students will also write their exams. All this will be communicated to you ahead of time. But for now, let's focus on registering our courses, get our courses right, so that when we start classes, we will know exactly what to do. Our classes is starting from 24th, 25th. I think you should have the academic calendar. If you don't have it, you will repost on the all your platform for you. The academic calendar should be your guide. It will tell you when you are writing any of our courses, so that you don't get lost along the line. We hope that as you have joined the platform, I believe in peer support, helping each other so that all of us will have a smooth ride as we join the platform. If you don't know anything, your friend may know. If you don't know, please don't give wrong answers. Get people to get assistance from other student support or from the departmental numbers. So from tomorrow, the department will join, and then we will be able to deal with department-specific courses. I hope I have answered most of your questions. So the major combination shown in the portal is not what I chose. So if you want to do English and EVE, and it's there, choose it and then register. Yeah, we are going to have, I think you have been asked to pick your centers. So apart from the center that you have been given, no coordinator can organize face-to-face anyway. If you go to those centers and organize face-to-face, you wouldn't have any questions to write. So make sure you use the center that you have been given. As I've said, those doing online, you'll be able to, you will link up again and tell you exactly what you should be doing as the semester begins. As the semester begins, you'll be able to do that. If you have, I have registered and I have 24 credit hours. Yeah, if you are able to register, or that is it. You are doing between 7 and 8 courses. And in the 8 courses, every course is 3 credits. It means you are doing 24. So I was surprised someone was saying that you should add more courses so that you can finish in 3 years. The person doesn't know what he wants to do. So let's register what you have. You may have 24. Some of you have 8. It's between 18 and then 24, depending on the level. So please try and register once it's correct. For French, you have on hold now. We will get back to you when you want to cluster, so that you can have few centers for that course. So anybody who chose French, for now, you may ask the person to maybe choose another course, because we are replanning the whole French program so that they can be clustered at few centers, not spread out as we used to have. I think so far these are. So we are still on the platform. If there are other issues, you will address them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Beatrice. Thank you. So gradually we are coming to the end of today's presentation. And just as I acknowledge the contribution made by Kofi Same, I also want to acknowledge Miss Gladys Yeboah, and what you are saying. You are giving us thumbs up. You are saying that you appreciate the effort made by the orientation team and the explanations given. We also appreciate your contribution and your participation, and all the students who are with us. This is what UCC stands for. We are here because you are there. We are doing this together. And so together, students and staff, let us all do the right thing, so that at the end of the day, our satisfaction will be in our students graduating with good classes. On that note, we'll bring the curtains down for today's presentation. We'll continue tomorrow, where we go into the department. Some of you are asking, you want to get the contact numbers of our heads of departments so that they will guide us to register. Well, tomorrow and the day after, present the opportunity for you to meet your heads of department. Yes. So the links will be sent to you, and your department will have that engagement with you. So we want to thank you once again for your time, our student. Let us meet tomorrow and continue with what we started. We believe we are giving you the right information, and you are also listening with rapt attention, taking cues from whatever we are giving to you, all in a bid for you to succeed as a student. We thank you for your participation, and bye-bye. Good night.